Hello, I'm John Cunningham. Welcome to the RedChip Money Report. For those of you new to the show, RedChip is an investor relations, media, and research firm focused on emerging growth companies. Our unique platform combines global multimedia with traditional investor relations, reaching investors around the world. Today on the show, you'll meet three public companies. First, eMarine Global, stock symbol EMRN on the OTC. eMarine is the leading provider of information and communications technology solutions for the global maritime industry. Later, you'll see an interview and learn about their products, services, and growing relationships with major customers and partners. Up second, Spectrum Global Solutions. Spectrum is a holding company for next-generation technology companies focused on telecom and energy services in the U.S., Canada, and the Caribbean. Later, you'll hear about the backlog of business they have with some well-known companies. Up third is Vivos, stock symbol RDGL on the OTC. Vivos is developing an innovative, targeted radiation delivery system for cancer treatment. They've completed animal tests with great results and are working towards vet applications in the near term and plan to pursue human applications thereafter. Now, our quote of the week, and it comes from Dave Gentry, CEO of RedChip Companies. The quote, "The market is not simply a digital machine executing trades, reflecting buy and sell orders, and recording price movements. The market does not operate as an island unto itself. The market is an extension of the investors who bring it to life every day, investors who breathe air into it, and they're prejudiced, presuppositions, knowledge, lack of knowledge, needs, hopes, fears, rational and irrational. Apply this truth to the microcap asset class, and we are left with the volatility and inefficiencies extraordinaire." This quote comes from Small Stocks, Big Money, a book by Dave Gentry, CEO of RedChip Companies. Visit redchip.com and order a copy today. Now let's go to our first interview today. It's with Lucas Kim. He's the Vice President and Director of Investor Relations for eMarine. Let's go to the interview. Lucas, welcome to the show.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Now, Lucas, for our viewers that are unfamiliar with your story, let's start with an overview of the business. What does eMarine do?
Located in South Korea, eMarine develops and provides top-notch maritime ICT solutions. First, eMarine provides various e-navigation solutions, such as ACDIS, to security and maritime agencies. And most of all, the company develops advanced smart ship solutions. The company has already provided smart ship solutions, such as ISIG and remote maintenance system. The development of smart ship solutions will lead the company to autonomous ship market in very near future.
Now, Lucas, what's the essential value proposition? Why should investors take an interest in eMarine today?
Well, when it comes to digitalization and automation of maritime navigation and control, the company entered the competition very early, and we are well prepared in the three areas. First, technology. Maritime industry is moving towards smart ships, then to autonomous ships. All major and small shipbuilders are moving to following the trend. eMarine works with and has great relationships with the major shipbuilders in the world. And this brings us to the next point, location and experience. In South Korea, eMarine has been providing e-navigation solutions to major shipbuilders such as Hyundai, Hanjin, and Samsung Heavy Industries. The company has a strong smart ship development partnership with Hyundai Heavy Industries. And when it comes to public sectors such as Korean Navy and Coast Guard, we have about 90% market share. And as the company business expands with a smart ship and autonomous ship solutions, utilizing the prepared technology and the ideal location, the company's revenue will grow exponentially.
Now, what's your business model? How exactly does eMarine make money?
We have four main business areas. ACDIS, Electronic Chart Display Information System, is our steady rock. The company performs every aspect of electronic navigation chart technology, from manufacture, distribution, maintenance, and update. We have 90% market share on provision and maintenance of ACDIS to Korean Navy and Korean Coast Guard. We also distribute overseas maritime solutions manufactured by foreign companies. Currently, the company is operating numerous smart ship research and development projects funded by Korean government and Hyundai Heavy Industries. We have begun to provide smart ship solutions for public and commercial use as well. The company is also the leading figure in implementing H2 navigation management software and hardware for public agencies.
Now let's talk a little bit about your history in Korea. You've built an impressive list of customers that you mentioned. You forged a great relationship with Hyundai Heavy Industries, the world's top shipbuilder. Talk to us about some of your customers and your relationships with Hyundai.
The company has been providing e-navigation solutions, especially ACTIS, for Korean public sectors, including Navy and Coast Guard, for over a decade. The company is in its 8th consecutive years for ACTIS maintenance work. With Korean Coast Guard, the company will perform a pilot project for one of our smart ship solutions, remote maintenance system. When successful, the system will be applied to most of the Coast Guard ships. We have provided various maritime ICT systems to Ministry of Oceans in South Korea. Recently, we provided red tide monitoring and prediction system for ministry's Intelligent Anti-Disaster Project, which the company has been partaking for 3 consecutive years. Additional to providing ACTIS to Hyundai Heavy Industries, the company has been in a strong and continuous partnership with Hyundai on smart ship solutions development. The partnership has resulted in various smart ship solutions, such as intra-ship integrated gateway, voyage optimization system, and engine monitoring system.
What's your revenue forecast for the year 2018?
Where a significant portion of 2017 revenue has been moved to early 2018, and the company is already looking at profitable first quarter. With several smart ship solutions bringing new revenue streams to the company, we project a very strong year in 2018 with $8 million revenue. The company experienced few setbacks in previous years as the global maritime industry saw downfall. But the maritime field is recovering and the future is bright for companies like eMarine, who is prepared for smart ship and autonomous ship future.
Now let's break it down a little bit. What are some of the milestones investors can expect moving forward over maybe the next 6 to 12 months?
Well, first, the company is on the way to become the market leader of maritime ICT and big data technology in South Korea. The company will expand its technology, customer, and increase its revenue by acquiring a partnership company in maritime ICT and AI field. This will enable the company to grow faster and cover more technology areas in the future. The company plans to reach Southeast Asia and Central and South America with its proven expertise in smart ship and autonomous ship technology.
To recap, what's the main takeaway for investors? Why should they own your stock today?
The company right now is relatively small. However, our presence in South Korea is big and we are ready for the next step. The company foresaw the trend of smart ship technology and has been preparing for the future. eMarine is in a great position for both public and private market where the company can actualize its immediate goal, which is becoming the leading provider of smart ship solutions that will lead to the promising market that is autonomous and unmanned ship. Under our CEO, Dr. JJ's internationally recognized expertise, the company is on a realistic path to become a global company.
Thanks for being on the show today. We look forward to hearing more from you and eMarine in the future.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Now, to get more information about eMarine, visit redchip.com. While you're there, subscribe to our free weekly newsletter. You'll get updates on emerging growth companies, research reports, fact sheets, breaking news, and more. It's all free. Sign up today. Now, our second interview today is with Keith Hayter. He's the president of Spectrum Global Solutions. Let's go to the interview. Keith, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start off the interview with a brief overview of your business.
Well, Spectrum Global Solutions is an OTC public company. We work in 2 main industry sectors, the first being telecommunications and the second being energy. Now, we're a national provider of services and solutions to Tier 1 carriers such as AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, and Sprint.
Now, what's the essential value proposition? Why should investors take an interest in your stock today?
Well, we're extremely undervalued, for one. We trade at 1/10 of our market cap, which is very, very low considering the industry norm would be about 2 times revenue. Secondly, we've installed a fantastic management team, many years of experience, capabilities, and demonstrated performance. And then thirdly, growth. Our growth opportunities, both organic and through acquisitions, will create a company much larger than what it is today.
Keith, let's talk a little bit about the business model. How exactly do you make money? And you mentioned Tier 1. Who are some of the customers and what are some of the work that you're currently doing?
Well, as a service provider for the deployment of networks for these telecommunication carriers, Again, the tier ones being AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile and Sprint. There's also a lot of other associated network infrastructure out there to deploy. So there's fiber networks, there's inside plant networks within buildings, airports, hotels, convention centers, and then outside plant where you see the towers and antennas on buildings. So all of these need some form of connectivity, even if they're wireless.
Right. Now you're doing some work in Chicago. Can you tell us maybe just a hands-on or real-life example of what some of the work you're doing there?
Yes, certainly. Chicago is a great area where we've worked in for many years. Currently what we're performing is some network auditing. So we'll go out and look at the existing plant and come back with an assessment of that plant and how it looks, how it's performing, what conditions it's in. And then that allows our customer to make a decision on how to improve it, how to acquire it if they desire to do that, or look to expand it.
Right. How big is the market opportunity for your services?
Well, if you look just purely in the US, over $100 billion is spent each year by the carriers in CapEx. So with the pending technology deployments that are coming up, which you may have heard of the 5G, which is replacing 4G. You've got the first network that's coming out, which is the states signing up to a nationwide uniform network for first responders and public safety. And then you've got the Internet of Things, and currently there's a massive push on small cell densification.
Now, in the first quarter of 2017, you did $3.1 million in revenues. And second quarter, a little softer due to some of the weather. Can you maybe talk to us a little bit about the second quarter and what are some of the milestones that investors can look forward to the next 6 to 12 months?
Certainly. Well, without a doubt, we were impacted in the second quarter, mainly due to the hurricanes that came through the southeast and across the Caribbean. We have a large operation in Puerto Rico, and that suffered heavily during that time, and subsequently loss of power and other infrastructure and services. However, we're still on track for what we thought we would do over a 12-month period. So we're approximately 50% into our 10 million that we had projected for the 12 months. So we feel we're good. We feel that there's going to be a snapback. And actually, while it's not good for the community, there will be more work to get that infrastructure back up and running. As for the next 6 to 12 months, the milestones, I think I need to just step back there a second and say, well, the first significant milestone we had was the acquisition of AW Solutions. That gave us our platform company to grow upon within Spectrum Global Solutions. Secondly, there was the proxy vote that took place where we rebranded ourselves and renamed the company to Spectrum Global Solutions. And then thirdly, we've got an S4 registration in that allows us to now re-domicile to Nevada from Canada, British Columbia, and that will create a better alignment with our customers in the US, and it will also increase greater business flexibility. Going ahead, we have, again, as I mentioned before, some aggressive plans in acquisitions, and we have a number of companies lined up that we're looking at, and we expect to have some favorable news on that in the near future.
Thank you. Now you touched on the management team a little bit. Maybe can you tell us a little bit about your background and maybe another executive that works with the team?
Yes, certainly. I'll start with our CEO, Roger Ponder. Roger Ponder has got many years of experience. He was the Midwest Time Warner Division Manager, and he also ran the Hawaii market for Oceanic. So he's got a wealth of knowledge, and I look at him upon him as my mentor at times. He's a very valuable resource with the business, and he will drive us forward. Myself, I worked in telecommunications in the UK with British Telecom International, and then I emigrated to the US and have worked in public and private environments in telecommunications since I came over here.
Keith, to recap, what's the main takeaway? Why should investors invest in the company today?
Well, the company's got great potential. It's already gone leaps and bounds from where it was. The management team that's installed is very proven and experienced and demonstrated capabilities. Secondly, we're only trading at 1/10 of our revenue when we should be at 2x. And thirdly, we've got fantastic growth plans, both organically and through acquisitions that we intend to close on in a relatively near future to primarily drive shareholder value.
Keith, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Now, to get more information about Spectrum Global Solutions, visit redchip.com. While you're there, subscribe to our free weekly newsletter. You'll get updates on emerging growth companies, research reports, fact sheets, breaking news, and more. It's all free. Sign up today. Now, the final interview today is with Dr. Mike Karenko. He's the president and CEO of Vivos. Let's go to that interview.
Michael, thank you for being with us today.
I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you. Thank you.
Now, your company is developing RDGL for veterinarian applications and eventually human applications. Give us an overview of RDGL and tell us how it's different from current therapies.
Well, RDGL is elegantly simple. It's injected into the tumor as a liquid. As it warms up to body temperature, it gels, and then it locks in these tiny little yttrium particles, which are a very strong beta emitter. And the fact that it's a beta emitter is what distinguishes it from the other products. The other products are gamma. And the difference is a beta emitter is a very, very high dose radiation, but it goes a short distance. So it kills the tumor and doesn't do the collateral damage that you get from a normal gamma emitter. So that's its big advantage.
Michael, what's the essential value proposition for investors today? Why should they consider owning your stock?
Well, first of all, as just mentioned, this is an exciting novel technology that's going to cure a lot of cancer in both animals and humans. Secondly, from a standpoint of production, we know how to reproducibly make the product. We spend a lot of time to make it cost effectively so it'll be profitable. And we've spent a lot of time on intellectual property to protect the technology. But most importantly, it has a potential near-term large animal market and longer-term and even larger human market. And right now, the stock is just grossly underpriced because of some historical issues with the company, which we've turned around. So it's ready to take off.
Now, you recently received confirmation from the FDA that RDGL falls under the device classification. What does this mean for the development and eventual commercialization of RDGL?
Well, yeah, we were really excited about getting that reading from the Food and Drug Administration. Previously, the Office of Combined Products from the human side said we were a device for all non-resectable tumors, but we were advised that the veterinarian side is a different beast. So we took the conservative approach of requesting classification from the classification division, and it took 4 months of back and forth, but they have ruled us as device. And we asked them first for just animal skin cancers, which are the most common cancer in animals and our biggest market. And as a bonus, they've actually approved our label, which is the only requirement for a device. So we are ready to go. And the implication is we have no more regulatory hurdles to commercializing on the animal side.
And how big is the veterinarian market? What milestones should investors expect in this area in 2018?
The market is big. I didn't realize that there was about 78 million dogs and 86 million cats in the United States. And unfortunately, after about 10 years, about a third of them get cancer. There's about 6 million new cancer cases a year. And if we can't cure all of those, but if we even do 0.5% at a nominal fee of $5,000, that is a $300 million market. And you won't get that on day one, but it'll rapidly evolve to that number. So it's a big near-term market.
Michael, what can investors expect in terms of milestones for 2018?
Well, I think we have to get data on the therapy from the animals and then start a business relationship. In terms of the data from the animals, we have just completed in January our 5th cat at Washington State University for feline sarcoma. Now they have to do the biopsy and write the reports. and we just completed the surrogate testing at University of Missouri. So next month we'll be starting the canine sarcoma testing at University of Missouri. As we get that data and that information over the course of the spring, and by the summer we'll be able to share that data with the private clinics. And we are already in discussion with consortium of private clinics, and they are very anxious to see our data. They'll put it through their review process, and at the end of the summer, that time frame, we'd expect to have some kind of a business relationship with the consortium. So very important milestones.
Michael, in summary, why should investors take an interest in Vivos today?
Well, first of all, we are a dynamite product with a very high potential near-term and long-term market, and the stock is just really undervalued at this point in time. So, especially given the turmoil in the market, this is a really undiscovered gem that I think, in my opinion, should be invested in.
Michael, thank you very much for your time today. It is an exciting story. We look forward to the future.
Thank you.
Now, to get more information about Vivos, visit RedChip.com. While you're there, subscribe to our free weekly newsletter. You'll get updates on emerging growth companies, research reports, fact sheets, breaking news, and more. It's all free. Sign up today. Now, let's recap the 3 public companies we met with today. First, we met with eMarine Global, symbol EMRN. A good buy at current levels as they're projecting high double-digit annual revenue growth rate over the next 3 to 5 years. They've proven themselves a leader in the space, and they've partnered with the world's #1 shipbuilder, Hyundai Heavy Industries, to develop smart ship technologies. Then Spectrum Global Solutions. They're targeting acquisitions in the telecom sector with significant opportunity for growth. The company estimates they'll reach a $34 to $36 million revenue run rate in the next 12 months. At those levels, the stock could see a much higher valuation. And finally, we spoke with Vivos, symbol RDGL, starting to generate revenue from their veterinarian clinics and international licensing this quarter. The company's innovative technology has the potential to disrupt the cancer treatment market, not just for animals, but for humans too. Now, for more information about any of these companies featured on today's show, visit RedChip.com. While you're there, subscribe to our free weekly newsletter. You'll get updates on emerging growth companies, research reports, fact sheets, breaking news, and more. It's all free. Sign up today. Now remember, before investing, do your research. These stocks are for your speculative money. Gains can be significant, but you must be prepared for the downside. You can read our full disclosures at RedChip.com. Thanks for being with me. I'll see you same time next week.